We're going to share a piece of advice to a student who sent us an audio message, who's all entangled with problems, is what he says, with financial market. We're going to talk about it today because it is a topic that is involving many people. Listen to his audio. He doesn't say clearly, but if you turn up the volume, you understand the problem that he got involved with.
Você está ouvindo a Escola do Amor Responde, com Renato e Cristiane Cardoso.
We are going to the question of Alex. He is a student from the state of São Paulo.
My name is Alex. I'm from Goriba in the state of São Paulo. I go to church, though lately I have been distant. I have always fight to get into places I wanted, and it was hard, but God put me there. I'm married. I have got 3 kids with a real woman of God, But going back to work, the job God blessed me with. As soon as I got in, God opened the door to something I have always wanted, like a childhood dream, which was getting involved in the financial market. But from there, things just started going downhill. My wife found out that I had been taking all the money I make from sales at the end of the month and put into that. The rent money, the baby's milk, the water and electricity bills, all of it. It is really affecting our marriage, but I just can't stop. My wife has sat down with me and talked to me once, twice, 3 times, but I can't control it. I get that urge like I will put in 2,000 and next month it will turn into 4 and that would fix everything, And then I end up losing it all. What am I supposed to do about all this? On top of that, I took out a loan in my wife's name without her knowing and put that in too. Now the bills are about to come in and I honestly don't know what to do. I feel completely trapped, not to mention the money I have borrowed from other people as well.
Well, so he said that he had a childhood dream to join the financial market. In other words, to become rich, to be rich. He spent what he had, what he didn't have. He took a loan under his wife's name and he cannot stop. And he thinks, let me bet once again. Because this is what it is. Promises of returns, and they bet everything they have and they lose everything that they have. I hope you're not speaking about betting, but it's basically the same. Let me explain when I say it is the same thing. It seems like the expression financial market, it became some kind of nickname to bring many financial scams. You hear the terms invest in the financial market. When you go deeper, you see that is a multi-level marketing, promising high and fast returns. You're going to invest an amount and you will receive 10%, 15% per day and high returns. And then you can withdraw whatever you want. I will teach you to become a trader, a salesperson in the financial market. I will teach you how to deal with foreign currency, cryptocurrency. There'll be a bot that will do all the trades. You need to do nothing. You just need to sit at home and see your money growing. These are promises that people fall for quite easily. Why easily? As in the case of Alex, our student. Since I'm a child, I have a dream, which means his heart has always searched for this dream of becoming rich. Before falling for these scams that he's falling now, he fell for the scam of the heart. The heart has deceived him and keeps deceiving him. You see that even after losing rivers of money, he keeps betting, believing that he will recover everything he lost. Why? Because deep down, this is a spiritual problem. Because it's when the person, without they realizing, they changed their God. They stopped believing in God. As you, Alex, you said, you were from the church, but now you're not attending it anymore. Why? Because without you realizing, you exchanged God for Mammon, the living and true God of the Bible. You changed him for Mammon. You have been believing in the God money. Mammon is the God of the money, the God of this century, of this world. The person places their faith on the money. They think, if I make enough money, it will be the answer to all my problems and situations. And that's why the person falls easily for these promises. And they start to pay for courses. Buy the course and I'll teach you to become rich. And that person who is selling the course, you need to stop and ask, why are they selling a course? If they are so rich, why are they selling courses? Why do they need you to buy their course? Do they make money with what they tell you must do or selling you courses? What people don't think is that most of these courses, the salesperson became rich selling courses and not doing something else, but selling courses. Unfortunately, it is a sad situation that many have been falling for it. And when we add on top of that, families that are in debt, they come from that and they feel more tempted to take a loan to pay for the debt, and it becomes a snowball effect that they cannot come out of it. That's why the word of God says the one who borrows becomes a slave of the one who is lending. And if you want to do something right with your financial life, learn to live within your earnings. I will repeat, learn to live within your earnings. If you have to pay something in installments, it's because you cannot buy, at least for now. So you save money and you pay all at once, unless you are going to pay installments, something that will bring profit, is within my budget, and I will pay for that land, that apartment, the flat, because there's a value after you're paying for it. And then you say, I will pay installments for a mobile phone or clothes or this or that. You are falling into debt and you are buying something that will not become more valuable later, but is losing value as time goes. This is a biblical rule. Now, Alex, you ask us, what should I do in this situation? First thing, you need to return to God. You need to leave Mammon on the side. The first great commandment, you won't have other gods before me. The first commandment out of the 10, you won't have other gods. You love your God above all other things. So you must return to God, because the God you have been worshipping has only been stealing from you. This is what Mammon knows to do. The first thing, return to God. Secondly, you need to tell the truth to your wife. As long as you keep deceiving, lying, you're committing a greater mistake. A part of the financial mistake, you are compromising your character, removing the trust that your wife has on you. How can she believe in you if you say something now, later she learns that is something else? You need to say the truth. You need to say that you are an addict, you are dependent, as others who are dependent on betting, you are dependent on financial markets. Before, I've been attacked. I'm not saying that there's no legit financial market or investment. There is, but most of these terms is used to cover up scams. If not illicit, they are immoral or even illegal. So you must recognize that you are addicted and you must look for help and deliverance. And of course, to let your wife take over your finances. You cannot be trustworthy with a credit card, a bank card. You cannot trust in yourself in this moment. You need to let your wife conduct the finances of your family, of the couple. The cards, the passwords, you will need her for everything. You need to top up the fuel of the car. You need to ask her. Yes, because she's the reasonable person in the marriage at this moment, and you need help. And meanwhile, you are being freed from this. She will conduct the finances you have. Did you understand, Alex? Do this. Return to God. Seek for deliverance, and you will be helped. I'm certain of that. Well, students, that's all for today. We come back tomorrow at the same time, the same place with more Love School answers. Don't forget, stay with us this Thursday, Christmas Day, at 5 p.m. at the Temple of Solomon with your family or you alone, but bring a loaf of bread to be blessed. Will be the breaking of the bread, a special ceremony on Christmas Day. God bless you all. See you then. That's it. Share it with someone who needs it, whether the wife who is dealing with a husband like that, or a husband who is dealing with a wife like this, or a parent who is dealing with a child who is like this. You have a friend who became an addict. Without knowing it, they became a worshiper of Mammon, and they need help. So send this message to them. Who knows, we may help someone to be free from this disgrace that is destroying our country. God bless you all. See you next time.